Good evening and welcome to UPMC Nolan Park for the JJ Kavanagh & Sons Junior Hurling County Final. A special day for both teams. Many years since either team played junior. Graigue Ballycallan last played junior in 1987. So this is a big day for both teams. Imagine both teams could have a junior team proper in 2021. The Lisdowney team, or the Graigue Ballycallan team that starts tonight. On goal, Richie O'Neill of Kilmacow fame. Cornerback Dermot Ryle, who captains the team this evening, along stalwart for Graigue Ballycallan. Beside him, Bob Murphy, wearing 3, and number 4, young Owen Corcoran. Number 5, Tom Dunphy. Number 6, young Stephen Keown. And number 7, the evergreen and the legendary James Ryle. Middle of the field, wearing number 8, Philly Cahill, and beside him, Simon Dwyer, back from a injury during the week. Number 10, young Oisin Egan, 18 years of age. Beside him at evergreen, Willie O'Connor, and beside him again, number 12, Kieran Hogan. Inside, Peter Murphy, and 14, Sean O'Dwyer, and 15, Adam the Rock O'Brien. The subs today for Graigue Ballycallan: Jack Walton wearing 16, number 17, Finn the Tipper Lanigan, 18, Philly Heafy, 19, Owen Delahunty, 20, Jared O'Haney, 21, Luke O'Brien, 22, JJ Ryan, 23, Joey Corcoran, and a late replacement for Graigue Ballycallan, a young up-and-coming man by the name of Eddie Brennan. The Lisdowney team will go through it. The Lisdowney team, who've had a very impressive run to this match, to this county final. On goal, Aidan Tallis, county minor goalkeeper for Kilkenny in the last couple of years. Aidan Tallis, a very, very good goalie. Number 2, Niall Mackey. Number 3, the evergreen Joe Berrigan, and beside him, young Lawrence Campion. 5, John Brennan. Number 6, James Phelan, and number 7, Owen Delaney. Middle of the field, brother of Aidan Tallis, Ben Tallis in the middle of the field. Beside him, Stephen Delaney. Half-hour line of Michael Kenny, a danger man for Lisdowney. Number 10, number 11, Cathal Jordan. 12, Kieran Mackey, and inside him, then dangerous full forward line, 13, Eddie Kenny, 14, Paddy Bowden, and 15, Brian Kavanagh. The substitutes for Lisdowney tonight: Owen Kenny, 16, Marty McAvoy, 17, Dylan Jordan, 18, 19, Aaron Fogarty, 20, Jack McGree, 21, Luke Houlihan, 22, Conor Tallis, 23, Dara Mackey, 24, Luke Moore, 25, Luke Campion, 26, Neil Mackey, 27, Peter O'Sullivan, 28, Dean Brophy, 29, Jack O'Sullivan, 30, Jack Dunphy, and 31, Owen Delahunty. So a big panel is Lisdowney, as we said, county under 21 Ryan B champions last year. Graigue Ballycallan county under 21 Ryan B champions in 2018. So both coming with good young teams, good balance, and under 19 team Lisdowney had great wins over Carryshock in the earlier rounds. Also beat Thomastown on a 123, and also beat Dunnamagan. Their average score at this stage 457. So we're expecting a high scoring game. Graigue Ballycallan average score, total score of 356. So a big score line for both teams as they enter into this county final. A special day, as I said, for a lot of these hurlers. Some of these hurlers wouldn't have hurled in Nolan Park, certainly not too often. The game has started. A referee today is Eamon Larkin, of course, Eamon Larkin of the village, and straight away the ball is in the middle of the field. Willie O'Connor is looking to get that ball. Number 9, as he said, is Stephen Delaney. Oisin Egan, young Oisin Egan, being chased by John Brennan. Oisin Egan has the ball again on the 45. Oisin Egan gets a slap back to young Philly Cahill. Philly Cahill hits a low ball to Sean Dwyer. Sean Dwyer is being held by the fullback Joe Berrigan. That'll be a battle today. Joe Berrigan, very clever, and Sean Dwyer. Eamon Larkin didn't see anything. The ball lands down the middle of the field. Philly Cahill puts his hand up, catches it very well. Philly Cahill looking for help. The second ball for Philly Cahill going into Peter Murphy. P.T. Murphy, as he's known to the boys, to Willie O'Connor. Willie O'Connor going through on the left. Willie O'Connor's hooked by number 6, James Phelan. James 6 Phelan, who's hurled a lot for St. Kieran's, to Sean Dwyer. The main Sean Dwyer, that goes out wide, and a wide ball, and that's the first wide for Graigue Ballycallan on their attack. And as we said, 43 seconds gone. UPMC, as we said, Lisdowney coming with a good pedigree. Both teams, obviously, a lot of great underage work done in both clubs in the last couple of years. They won in the under 21 B last year, and Graigue Ballycallan the year before. So we can expect an entertaining Junior A. The winners here go up to Junior A proper, to Junior Hurling proper. So this is a long time since both of these teams hurled junior. So this is obviously a lot of huge work being done. Stephen Delaney in the middle of the field. Stephen Delaney, number 9 today. Stephen Delaney hits that ball. This ball will be caught by the wind. The strong wind blowing here in Nolan Park this evening. We're not sure exactly what way the wind is blowing. the flag's not telling us a whole lot, because of course there's no flags up in the usual positions. And as we said, Graigue Ballycallan being managed by Micheál Hine, a long stalwart, and beside him Jock O'Connor. Micheál, the long puck champion in 1993. Jock said he came second in 93, 6 inches shorter than Micheál when Micheál went on to win the All-Ireland. But Oisin Egan brings it down. Ben Tallis hits a crossfield ball across to Owen Delaney. Owen Delaney is being tackled by Kieran Hogan. Comes back then to number 12. Number 12 today is Kieran Mackey. Mackey hits a crossfield ball to James Ryle. James Ryle all on his own. James Ryle, the 39-year-old James Ryle, looking up. He hits a crossfield ball in top of Dwyer. Dwyer is going to come in inside the full-back Joe Bergen. Dwyer needs to flick, and a goal! A goal by Sean Dwyer, and a little bit of a shamazel. Dwyer, there's a box by Joe Bergen, and we have a bit of a fisticuffs there. Bergen trying to fist. Dwyer got the goal. He slapped it into the back of the net, a tap, and there's an introduction for Joe Bergen and Sean Dwyer. Sean Dwyer. John Hine is on the sideline helping his brother Micheál. Jock is here. Michael Murphy's on the line. Niall Egan, and that's a great start for Graigue Ballycallan. 2 minutes gone. Great 2 minutes gone. And a goal by Sean Dwyer, great goal by Sean Dwyer. And that now Sloan Larkin or Eamon Larkin will have a word with the full back and the full forward. Sean has explained to him that my helmet fell off. Joe Bergen throwing a little box. And again, certainly Sean Dwyer wouldn't be shy when it comes to making his up there looking. Eamon Larkin is asking Sean Dwyer, maybe needs a bit of attendance to his helmet. Great opening 2 minutes for Graigue Ballycallan. Great start for Graigue Ballycallan, and we believe maybe Graigue Ballycallan could be playing against whatever breezes in it. We were in Freshford earlier today, where Cloneen, we'd like to congratulate Cloneen on winning the Junior D county final today. Special day for Cloneen, their first county final in 32 years. Imagine that, 32 years since Cloneen won a county final, and that's a special day for them in the Junior D. Sean Dwyer is looking for a new helmet, has a new helmet. Micheál Hine, it was running off with Joe Bergen's helmet. Micheál Hine, as I said, has played many a great game for Graigue Ballycallan. Now Sean Dwyer has to go off, it seems. Eamon Larkin is telling him to go off. There's something not right. We're not sure what's wrong with Luke O'Brien. Is warming up. Luke O'Brien is up of a shot there. Luke O'Brien. Sean Dwyer might have a blood injury, needs a little bit of attendance. So 2 minutes gone here in UPMC Nolan Park. It's Graigue Ballycallan 1 goal. Lisdowney no scoring. Luke O'Brien is on an introduction. Luke, and unaccustomed, shall we say. Both the full back and the full forward are gone off. Sean has gone off with a blood injury. Joe Bergen's gone off with a new helmet. And that's only 2 minutes gone. So welcome to Junior A hurling. Great start for Graigue Ballycallan. Lisdowney playing with the wind, playing into Loughlin's end. Ben Tallis, or Aidan Tallis. This man has a very long puck out, and with the wind, Eamon Larkin's gone into his 2 umpires. Normally Eamon's father, the great Fan Larkin, will be doing umpire, but he's not doing umpire this evening. The village men having a word. Joe Berrigan, very experienced. Joe Berrigan's going to get his name taken, because I think Joe might have thrown a right hook. And that's a yellow card for Joe Berrigan, so he's in a small bit of bother. Sean Dwyer can't get a yellow card because he's getting attended to down here, and Sean will stay missing for a few minutes if he's clever, to avoid the rat. Aidan Tallis hits a quick ball. Stephen Keown is caught because Brian Kavanagh has gone out. Brian Kavanagh, or not number 11, it's Cottle Jordan. Cottle Jordan is going to go along with the wind. Cottle Jordan, this will go along, it'll go over the bar. There's a great score by Cottle Jordan. Good score by Cottle Jordan. 1 point to Lisdowney. 4 minutes gone. 1 point Graigue Ballycallan, 1 goal. Richie O'Neill, who obviously transferred to Graigue Ballycallan, now living in Graigue Ballycallan. And obviously a huge stalwart for Kilkenny over the years. Great goalkeeper, and doing a lot of great work underage with Graigue Ballycallan. Down on top of Willie O'Connor. And Philly Cahill picks it up. Left-handed Philly Cahill. This will go over the bar, and with the wind catches. Great score by Philly Cahill. And the panel, the Graigue Ballycallan panel, very happy here beside us. That's 1-1. 2 attacks, 2 scores. Graigue Ballycallan 1-1, and Lisdowney 1 point. Long puck out by Aidan Tallis, the Lisdowney man. Down on top of Stephen Keown. Keown puts up his hand. Number 10, Michael Kenny, the danger man. Michael Kenny is there. James Ryle has it. James Ryle looking to bring the ball with him, followed by 2 men. Brian Kavanagh, Jason Ryle is there. Then James Ryle, the 39-year-old James Ryle. Philly Cahill, ground hurling, great ball by Philly Cahill. Down the top of Luke O'Brien. Luke is out in front of Luke O'Brien, unaccustomed to the full forwarding, but will give you 200%, that's for sure. Beside him, Kieran Hogan, and another man will give you 200%, Peter Murphy. The ball comes out to the Rockers there. And so is number 7. Number 7 is Owen Delaney. Back to number 4, Lawrence Campion. Lawrence down the far side in front of Owen Corcoran and Eddie Kenny. And Owen Corcoran. Corcoran does well, or does he do well? The ball comes back out to number 12, Kieran Mackey is there on the far side. Line ball, Ollie O'Neill, of course, the father of the great boxer from Paulstown, O'Neill, Darren O'Neill. So Ollie O'Neill would be a good boxing referee. There'd no harm to have him up there when Joe Berrigan and Sean Dwyer were throwing a few boxes. Ollie, a professional boxing referee on the far side, but with no more. Sean Dwyer is still getting attended to. Luke O'Brien is still at full forward. Line ball number 11, Cathal Jordan. Seems like everything's going through Jordan. He's got a great score already from play. Good point. 1 point to Graigue Ballycallan. 1.5 minutes, 6 minutes gone. Jordan hits a low ball. It comes in front of Owen Corcoran. Corcoran is out in front. Corcoran does very well. He looks up under the stand on the far side. Kieran Hogan will put his hand up. Kieran Hogan brings it down. One-handed line ball, Ollie O'Neill says on the far side. 1-1. As we said, Ollie O'Neill on this side and Pat Dunphy, of course, on the far side. So we've very experienced linesman and, of course, a very good referee in Eamon Larkin tonight in UPMC. Short line ball. This will be taken to Graigue Ballycallan. We're watching. James Phelan comes down left-handed, down on top of Bob Murphy. Bob Murphy and Paddy Bowden. Paddy Bowden, number 13 is down. Number 13 has gone full forward. He's Eddie Kenny, and the linesman, Bob Murphy, says it wasn't the line 65, and it's a 65. The umpire has his hand up. And the sun in their eyes, dangerous sun, of course, in the eyes of Richie O'Neill and Bob Murphy, and dangerous sun in front of the umpire, and the umpire. As I said, Bob Murphy not agreeing with the umpire. 14 is Paddy Bowden. Paddy Bowden is referee of extraordinaire in Kilkenny as well. So a lot of referees in the UMPCC. Brian Kavanagh. Brian Kavanagh, very good underage hurler, county minor, and a very good young man, 21 years of age. Brian Kavanagh, as we said, on the 65. Brian Kavanagh, normally a very good free taker. This will drop short, dangerous. Bob is there. Oh, it's gone the whole way into the goal. Dermot Ryle put his hurled up to it. It looked like Paddy Bowden went to pull on it, went straight to the net. That wasn't handled by the Graigue Ballycallan defence. So it's 1-1, a soft goal, probably a soft goal. Graigue Ballycallan will be disappointed with that. 8 minutes gone, a goal for Lisdowney. Went the whole way to the net by Brian Kavanagh. 1-1, soft goal against the wind. Richie O'Neill, you wouldn't think it was again the wind. Oisin Egan breaks it down to Willie O'Connor. Willie O'Connor's there with James Phelan. James Phelan and John Brennan is there. John Brennan is there for Lisdowney. Shemazel, as we call it as well. We know it. Great Nolan Park and great Nick. Kevin McGarry has it in great Nick. Stephen Delaney, a county. James Ryle puts a flick and it's gone down the wing. Now Michael Kenny, the danger man. Michael Kenny, it'll hang wide and a poor wide by Michael Kenny. James Ryle is going to have a word with Eamon Larkin. Eamon Larkin's going to have a word with James Ryle, and Larkin and James Ryle will know each other well, and his brother and Eamon is going to have a word with him. That's a bit harsh maybe, and we're obviously going to say that. James Ryle, McKenny went to take him on the wing. James Ryle's hamstring now. But a small bit of pressure in James. Graigue Ballycallan don't need that. Jock is having a word. It's only a tick, it seems. No yellow card, it seems. Eamon Larkin, it's only a tick. James Ryle was able to remonstrate with him. Jock was able to remonstrate with him. And Jock is letting the men no harm. Now Tom Dunphy's gone over to the far side. James Ryle in a spot of bother. Hamstring, as we said. Tom Dunphy's gone over to this side now. James Ryle in a small bit of Ryle. Switch being made by Graigue Ballycallan. Micheál Hine asking him to make a move. James Ryle. Now it looks like Finn Lanigan. Finn the Tipper Lanigan is warming up, the yellow helmet. Finn, a son of Tommy Tipper Lanigan, well known to many people around the county of Kilkenny and City. James Ryle is going to go off. That's a big blow to Graigue Ballycallan. That looks like James Ryle's hamstring is gone, and that's a huge disappointment for James Ryle. As I said, give so many years to Graigue Ballycallan. That's a massive disappointment to Graigue Ballycallan. Tommy, as I said, Finn Lanigan gone, hugely disappointing. 9 minutes gone, and that's a big loss to Graigue Ballycallan, because, as I said, the experience of Ryle, not only for Graigue Ballycallan intermediates, but for Graigue Ballycallan senior team. So that's a big blow for Graigue Ballycallan tonight, and maybe for the future, and the future being the next weekend when they play Bennisbridge in the senior first round. Ball breaks. Oisin Egan is there. Oisin Egan, number 5 has it. John Brennan, 10 minutes gone. 1-1, a piece of draw match. Strong wind blowing down into the O'Loughlin's end. Lisdowney have whatever wind is there. Short ball by Lawrence Campion. Campion gives the ball to down in front. Dermot Ryle. Kavanagh's in front of Dermot Ryle. Kavanagh has it. Kavanagh, as I said, underage talent, a prodigy. Brian Kavanagh over the bar. Good score by Brian Kavanagh, and that's 1-2 to Lisdowney. As we said, playing with the wind, so they can need to get every score they can possibly. They're probably younger Lisdowney team maybe, but Graigue Ballycallan, as we said, a lot of experience. And here's one of them, Richie O'Neill, up the middle on top of Willie O'Connor and James Phelan. 20 years of age. Kieran's Collegie and Kilkenny Minor of the last few years. This will be breaking down the wing. There's loads of room in front of the Graigue Ballycallan full back line. They don't need that. Eddie Kenny has it. Eddie Kenny's going to take on Owen Corcoran. He needs to drive him out into the stand. Owen Corcoran back to Michael Kenny. Michael Kenny, as I said, very good underage hurler, and hurled with Kilkenny intermediates the last few years. Kenny misses the ball. Tom Dunphy's following him. Tom Dunphy Murphy needs to get back to him. Tom Kenny back to number 13, Eddie Kenny. Kenny did Lisdowney forwards very clever. Great block down by Owen Corcoran. Now it comes to Kavanagh, or not to Kavanagh. Brian, no, number 11 is Jordan. Jordan doing very well. The Lisdowney men very cool on the ball, very cool. This is an ambitious attempt, and then two ambitious attempt and gone wide, and that's Lisdowney's third wide. Graigue Ballycallan one wide, and we might add again Graigue Ballycallan playing against a very strong wind. So Graigue Ballycallan playing against a very strong wind. Richie O'Neill, as I said, the Graigue Ballycallan man doing great work. 11 minutes gone here in UPMC Nolan Park. Ball breaks to Willie O'Connor. Willie O'Connor has it in his hand. The Rock is out in front. The Rock is not in front. Niall Mackey's behind him. Mackey has it. Mackey gives it back to Joe Bergen. Joe Bergen has it at full back. Joe Bergen's going to try come out by Luke O'Brien. That's Graigue Ballycallan down two players now. James Royal and Sean O'Dwyer. Sean O'Dwyer hasn't come back. These are two big, huge losses to Graigue Ballycallan. If they hadn't enough injuries as it was, they're down Vinnie Teen. They're down one or two more. They'll run in an accidental clash there between the number 11 and the number 15, Brian Kavanagh and Dylan Jordan. Sean Dwyer hasn't appeared yet. Whatever's happened to Sean Dwyer, he's down in the tunnel there getting attended to. We're not too sure, but that'll be a huge loss to Graigue Ballycallan. As we said, down a number of players already. Shane Hennessy's injured, Vinnie Teen is injured, Dara Walton is injured, and now Sean Dwyer is gone, and now James Royal. That's 5 of the Graigue Ballycallan starting 15 that they'd like to have started when these boys, when James O'Connor and Miall O'Hine got the job. As I said, Graigue Ballycallan won the Junior B 2 years ago, and as I said, came up now this year to Junior A. Had a lot of injuries at senior level, and a lot of these boys, maybe 4 or 5, will play senior next weekend. So Graigue Ballycallan, as we said, need every bit of help they can get. And at this stage, I said, a bit of a worry for Graigue Ballycallan because there's no sign of Sean Dwyer. Got a goal after a minute. He's coming back on. Noel Brett has it that he's coming back on. He's in the tunnel waiting for the call. 1-1 to Graigue Ballycallan, 1-2 to Lisdowney. 13 minutes gone. Stephen Keoghan, young Stephen Keoghan, down to Oisín Egan. Oisín puts the hand up. Willie O'Connor really needs an elder statesman. Willie O'Connor. Joe Bergen is there. Luke O'Brien pulls it to Peter Murphy. Peter with the red helmet. Peter's going through. Peter will tap it over the bar. He does. Oh, blocked down. Peter went for the goal. Drove it wide. How did that go that wide? But Peter's looking for a 65. He claimed it hit off the hurl. Great chance for Peter Murphy, and hard look there. Great chance for Petey Murphy. A wide. That's Graigue Ballycallan's second wide, and that was unfortunate for Peter Murphy and unfortunate for Graigue Ballycallan. Peter taking his chances again, the Kilkenny County minor goalkeeper. 1-2 to Lisdowney. 1-1. Bob Murphy's running after Paddy Bowden. The ball sticks to the ground because Nolan Park, as I said, Kevin McGarry doing a great job in Nolan Park there, but the ground is soft. A lot of rain during the week in the front of the Rock and Mackey. The Rock puts the hand up. Willie O'Connor and the Rock. A lot of Shamad. Now Oisín Egan has it. Young Oisín Egan will take him on. Blocked down by number 7, Owen Delaney. Oisín Egan needs help. Oisín Egan run into trouble. Oisín Egan gives it back to the Rock. Adam O'Brien gives a neat hand pass back to Simon, his buddy, back out to the side. Simon with the yellow helmet, he's blocked down, too casual by Graigue Ballycallan. Now Jordan is in front of Stephen Keoghan. Stephen Keoghan is going to be as Finn Lanigan is following. Finn Lanigan, the 2 yellow helmets, comes back to number 8. Number 8 is a young Tallis, I'd say Ben Tallis. This will dangerously, and young Corcoran does well. Owen Corcoran to Bob Murphy. Bob gives a hand pass out to the Finn Lanigan. Finn Lanigan on number 17. That's the value of having good subs, and one of them is Peter Murphy there. Luke O'Brien is there. Luke puts the hurl down. Luke, as I said, normally a corner back. That's how stuck Graigue Ballycallan, but that's how many lads they're short. Peter Murphy gives a hand pass to Luke. Luke, as I said, normally a back. Now the Rock has it. Adam O'Brien, he tries to give a hand pass to Luke O'Brien is still there outside the D. He should give it out to Willie O'Connor. He tries to give it out. Lisdowney men do very well. Peter Murphy trying to get the hurl in. Niall Mackey is there. Owen Delaney is there. He'll clear it down on top of Finn Lanigan. Finn Lanigan put the hand up. Lanigan catches it. Brilliant. Young Lanigan, the tipper, has it. He drives it up down the wing to Willie O'Connor. Willie O'Connor at centre forward in front of James Field. Hits it low to Luke O'Brien. Luke O'Brien the full forward. Luke O'Brien doing very well. Showing for a lot of ball. Luke O'Brien will drive it up in the air, and Joe O'Brien will just narrowly wide. Graigue Ballycallan's third wide. Lisdowney 3 wides. Graigue Ballycallan win a lot of possession for sure, but just under pressure taking their scores. 15 minutes gone, and Eamon Larkin calls for the water break, and for all our friends listening, this is a water break. There is water breaks, and we're doing our best not to mention too much about water breaks to our friends in Graigue Ballycallan. We have a poor record after water breaks. 1-2 to Lisdowney, 1-1. Chances on both sides, possibly. Graigue Ballycallan missed 2 goals. But the big news, I suppose, at this early stage, if you're joining this match late, of course, is that James Ryle, the stalwart of Graigue Ballycallan, has gone off with a hamstring injury for sure. And Sean Dwyer, after an opening 2 minutes when he got a great goal, tapping goal, he's also missing. And we're hoping that maybe James Ryle might, or not James Ryle, Sean O'Dwyer might come back for the second half. Graigue Ballycallan down here on our right, and Graigue Ballycallan operating in the stand on this side today. Lisdowney on the far side, the water break as we said, and Graigue Ballycallan 1-2 to 1-1, playing against the wind, so they might be reasonably happy. Got a goal after 2 minutes by Sean Dwyer, and then Philly Cal got a great point after 7 minutes, but then down it came, it was 1-1 to no score, and then Cahill Jordan got a great point, and then a soft goal from a 65 went the whole way to the net. Probably deceived the boys with the wind and with the sun, a dangerous sun in Nolan Park. Anyone that's accustomed to the evening sun is in the O'Loughlin's end, and you can see from our camera action the sun, very dangerous sun for the backs and the forwards, particularly the Graigue Ballycallan backs. Now there's a change. Graigue Ballycallan, Sean Dwyer has he appeared? He hasn't. Sean Dwyer is still missing. Graigue Ballycallan still playing as they finished the first half, first 15 minutes. 15 minutes, 17 minutes on the clock. 1-1 to Graigue Ballycallan, 1-2 to Lisdowney. Long puck out by Aidan Tallis. Aidan Tallis down the top of Corcoran. Bob Murphy puts his hand. Bob does very well in front of Bowden. Bob will come out with it. Bob, the Graigue Ballycallan intermediate fullback who won a county final medal against Tullerone 2 years ago. Down in front of the Rock. Rock puts his left hand up. Rock does very well. Rock. Adam O'Brien is hooked, and Mackie is with him. Adam needs to give a hand. Needs someone to give him a hand. Gives it back to Philly Cal. That leaves it a bit short. Line ball for Graigue Ballycallan. Graigue Ballycallan, as I said, gaining the possession but not turning it into scores. But working manfully, working hard, and again I suppose short Sean Dwyer, that's a big loss. But there is a guy called Eddie Brennan tugged out this evening, and I think Graigue Ballycallan might need a man called Eddie Brennan. Young man, great line ball by Cal will go in on top of Luke O'Brien, and the corner back Lawrence Campion's in front of Peter Murphy. Lawrence Campion and Peter Murphy fails to get in touch. Campion gives it to number 12 today is Kieran Mackey hits in front of Philly Cal hurling very well in the middle of the field, hurling very well. Cal hurling senior this year for Graigue Ballycallan, down in front of Luke O'Brien. He's in front of Joe Berrigan every time. O'Brien, all he needs is a bit. He gives it to the cousin Adam O'Brien, and he fails to hold on to it. As I said, Luke O'Brien doing very well at full forward, winning a lot of possession. The ball is a bit of a shamazel on the D. Young O'Sheenegan's there. It'll come out to Eddie Kenny. It'll come out to James Phelan, puts his hand to it. Number 9 is Stephen Delaney, and now it comes to 8. Back out to 7. 7 is Owen Delaney. The Lisdowney men coming out too easily with the ball. Well read by the Finn Lanigan. Finn Lanigan has it. Finn looks for help. Finn will give it back to Dermot Ryle. Number 2, the captain of the team, heavily bandaged, with a hamstring trouble too. The Drew Ryles with hamstrings bother. Sean Dwyer looks as he wants to come back on, and the referee has been shouted at. Number 4, Lawrence Mackey. Cal sitting back deep. Cal doing very well at middle of the field. He gives it to Owen Corcoran. He needs choices, he needs options. He gives it to O'Sheenegan. Rock is in front. Adam O'Brien. So is the number 5. Number 5 is John Brennan. Number 10, Micheál Kenny. That's the danger man. Back to number 8. Number 8 today is Ben Tallis. Tallis goes long. This will hang in the air. It'll go over the bar. The umpire says it'll go over the bar. 15 minutes and Ben Tallis puts it over the bar, and a point to make it 1-3 to Lisdowney, 1-1 to Graigue Ballycallan. Ballycallan got off to a great start, as we said, 1-1 to 1-2 at the water break. Isn't that right? 1-1 to 1-2 at the water break, yep. And looks like Luke O'Brien, as I said. No, Luke O'Brien is not going off. Luke O'Brien is really impressive from the 10 minutes he was playing. It looks like Kieran Hogan is going off. Kieran will be disappointed to put not much ball. Maybe came up his wing when Kieran Hine has gone off. He's maybe a little bit disappointed, but again, Luke O'Brien did very well, as I said. Willie O'Connor, this landing on O'Sheenegan. O'Sheen breaks it down to number 10, Micheál Kenny. He's the go-to man for Lisdowney. O'Sheenegan, the young man, goes in hard. Kenny has it. Kenny's going down the far side. Kenny, as I said, loads of experience for Kilkenny Minors and under 21 and Kieran College. Paddy Bowden is there, and so is Bob Murphy. Someone is holding. Bob does well. Bob Murphy hurling very well at full back. Bowden Bob puts Philly Cal under a small bit of pressure. Bob is coming up to beat. Bob is on the 65. Bob is going to try and go for his own score. Bob is going to go long. Bob is not going to go long. He is going to go long. This will be a great score by Bob Murphy if it goes over. Great score by Bob Murphy. Great score by Bob Murphy. What a score by the full back to Graigue Ballycallan, man. Welcome back a man who had a horrible injury last year, missed most of this year, and was really well needed back for Graigue Ballycallan. One of the men that was injured, as I said, last year. Quick puck out. It goes on top of O'Sheenegan, Eddie Mackey. He hits it low in front of Owen Corcoran. Corcoran is caught a little baby behind. Corcoran does well. Comes to Willie O'Connor. Willie is very, very deep. Willie loses the ball. Willie needs to bring it with him. Willie has to use his legs. The experienced Willie. Willie loses the ball. It comes now back to 13. 13 is Eddie Kenny. Eddie Kenny hurling a long time with Lisdowney as well. Now to Mackey. Mackey hits it left. Didn't look. This will hang in the wide. Possibly wide. A wide ball. A let off for Graigue Ballycallan. An ambitious attempt by Kieran Backey. And now again 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan. 1-3 to Lisdowney. As we said, 21 minutes gone. That's really only 18 minutes gone because the 2-minute water break. Graigue Ballycallan holding on well. The wind maybe died down a little. Certainly the wind not blowing as hard as it was in Richie O'Neill. Yeah, the wind has died a little. Richie and Philly Carr. Philly puts the hurl up, so does Oisín Egan has young Oisín Egan, only 18 years of age. Oisín Egan hooked, and he's a little disappointed. The ball will go down. Owen Corcoran holding on maybe a little bit, getting away with it. Corcoran, the man who hurled senior a few years ago, does very well. Corcoran does very well, slapped him. Owen Corcoran did very well there on Eddie Kenny, and Corcoran will be happy with his opening 22 minutes. That's the first free. Is that the first free that Graigue Ballycallan got for a while? I'm not too sure. First free of the match, maybe someone, an old Brett was telling me. I'm not too sure, but certainly. "21 minutes gone. 21 minutes, but no need for a watch or the phone tonight because the clock, of course, we're in UPMC. The Rock and Niall Mackey. The Rock puts the hand up. Niall Mackey comes to Oisín Egan and John Brennan. John Brennan is there. Oisín Egan needs help. Oisín, 3 men there. Philly Carr is there. Oisín Egan is there. So is Niall Brennan and John Brennan. Niall Mackey is there. Niall Mackey comes out to Mackey. Mackey does well. Mackey does fierce well. Clears the ball. Top of Stephen Keoghan and Jordan. Stephen Keoghan and Eddie Kenny. Eddie Kenny's getting on a bit of ball in the middle of the field. It comes to Tallis in the middle of the field. He's on his own. Tallis pulls it to the right. And Graigue Ballycallan, another let off for Graigue Ballycallan. That's Lisdowney's 5th wide. Graigue Ballycallan 3 wides. Imagine the winners of this team will hurl junior next year. And many a day, not too long ago, Graigue Ballycallan and Lisdowney were hurling junior, as I said. Richie O'Neill, stalwart for Kilkenny, Kilmacow, and doing a lot of great work with the underage and Graigue Ballycallan with the under 15 team. A Ryan under 15 team. We're in a semi-final next Wednesday night against Dixborough, and a game that Graigue Ballycallan mentors and people are looking forward to. Tom Dunphy does well. Willie O'Connor needs to run it. Willie's running into trouble. Willie never looked. Willie didn't look, and the ball, Sean Dwyer Sean went in and said hello to Sean. Needs to keep away from the goalkeeper because he's, as we said, having a word with the goalkeeper. Sean Dwyer needs to be careful. 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan, 1-3 to Lisdowney. Lisdowney doing very well, but will lose some of them chances possibly. The ball will break to Keoghan and Jordan. Simon Dwyer, as I said, had an unfortunate incident with an animal in a rotary this week, but has lined out to play and doing. Of course, the Dwyers will never let you down. This will come down to Mackey. Mackey's on the far side. He'll give it back to the left half back, Owen Delaney give it back to Lawrence Campion. Campion is followed by Peter Murphy. Lawrence Campion left hand down on top of Dermot Ryle and Kavanagh. Dermot Ryle is coming to it first now. So does Dermot Ryle. Does fierce well. The 2 cornerbacks for Graigue Ballycallan doing very well tonight. Corcoran doing very well. Hits maybe a poor ball, puts a pressure on Finn Lanigan, but Tom Dunphy is there, a man who's hurled very well senior in his first 3 matches. Tom Dunphy came another man back from a horrific injury of 2 years ago. So Jay Simon take it handy, and now the ball is number 8, number 7. It comes to Owen Delaney. Crossfield ball to Philly Carr is on his own. Paddy Bowden is going to follow. Philly just hits it into top of Dwyer and Berrigan. Dwyer brings it down. And Berrigan and Dwyer. Dwyer is hanging off from Dwyer. Dwyer's full of beans, won't let it out soft, that's for sure. He's going to have a word with Eamon Larkin. Eamon Larkin has asked him to maybe calm down a bit, only because Sean is full of beans, as I said. Never let you down, full of beans. We're in 28 now, started on 14. 1-2 to 1-3. Graigue Ballycallan down a point, 24 minutes on the clock here in UPMC. Obviously, great place for a county final. Bob Murphy and Paddy Bowden. Paddy Bowden, the referee. Bob Murphy is in front again. Murphy doing fierce well at full back. Murphy looking for help. Maybe help should be very clever out of Bob Murphy. Did he know that? I'm not too sure. Paddy Bowden blocked it out. Gone out for a wide. Another wide for Lisdowney. And that's Lisdowney's 6th wide. Graigue Ballycallan with 3 wides. And we said 1-2 to 1-3. Surprisingly low in scoring enough game considering the scores that both teams have cracked up during the year. A lot of our great supporters are watching this game today, and of course don't forget the GoFundMe page to help defray the cost. The GoFundMe page and that link, please log on to the Graigue Ballycallan website, and hope you're enjoying the game of course today. And unfortunately a lot of our great supporters can't make it today, but in fairness to Eddie Hughes and Dave O'Neill and Eddie Hughes Entertainment event management, Graigue Ballycallan are able to stream this game properly, and that's a free out for Lisdowney. John Brennan doing well at right half back, it has to be said. John Brennan, as I said, Graigue Ballycallan initiative streaming the games, and obviously using the best in the game and Eddie Hughes and event management. And of course, I hope you're all enjoying this game. Graigue Ballycallan, as we said, Junior B champions 2 years ago, now going to be trying to be Junior A champions. It will be a big day for either team if they can pull it off. As I said, a lot of great work being done in both clubs at underage level. As we said, Graigue Ballycallan win under 21 2 years ago, Lisdowney win it 2 years ago, and as we mentioned earlier, Graigue Ballycallan coming with a little special team of under 15s next Wednesday night. And of course, again, unfortunately we won't get to see them. We wish them the best of luck next Wednesday night. Talis is normally a very good man for these frees, and that'll hang wide, or does it hang wide? It does hang wide, and Graigue Ballycallan will be happy enough with that. 7 wides for Lisdowney, 3 points. The water break, as we said, 1-1 to 1-2. Low scoring game, 1-3 to 1-2. As backs on top on both sides. Nobody, as I said, Richie O'Neill was going to give a shot to Bob. Richie going long again. The wind, as I said, is marginally with Lisdowney. Oisin breaks it down, but it breaks down to Stephen Delaney. Tom Dunphy's there. Tom flicks it very good to P.T. Murphy. P.T. with the red helmet. P.T. Murphy P.T. flicks it into Sean O'Dwyer. Sean O'Dwyer's in front. Sean O'Dwyer needs help. Sean O'Dwyer's looking for help. He doesn't look for help because he tried to go for himself. Sean needs to be a small bit calm. Knocks over one of the boys. Knocks over the fullback. Number 9 is there. Number 9 is Stephen Delaney. Sean O'Dwyer needs to be careful. To Talis. Ben Talis is going to go long. Ben Talis will go long. Ben Talis will go long. It'll hang over the bar. It goes over the bar. Point for Lisdowney. The few that from the far side. Lisdowney 1-4 to Lisdowney. 27 minutes gone. 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan. 1-4 to Lisdowney. As we said, Lisdowney probably marginally the better team. Graigue Ballycallan will be a little bit disappointed. Had a half chance, as we said, from P.T. Murphy that went wide, and maybe we'll say that Lisdowney got a fortuitous goal, but still the wides, then it seems that maybe Lisdowney have the better possession. They've had the most wides, so maybe that's success. That maybe they have the bit more possession. Richie O'Neill, long ball against that wind. Simon pulls and comes to James Phelan. James Phelan, as I said, a lot of experience with Kieran's College and Kilkenny. Bob Murphy and Paddy Bowden. The ball will break. Bowden has it. Bowden has it. Hurl a lot. Bowden is going to try and take on. He gives a ball across to Eddie Kenny. Eddie Kenny's going to go for a goal. A goal by Eddie Kenny, and Bob Murphy a little bit points, or Stephen Cohen a little bit disappointed. Nothing they could do. The ball was broken down by Paddy Bowden. He took on Bob Murphy, gave the ball to Eddie Kenny. Now that puts a different complexion on the score. It's 2-4 to Lisdowney. 1-2, and Eddie Kenny gets that goal. 2-4 to Lisdowney. Now Graigue Ballycallan in a spot of trouble. It's 10 points to 5, double scores. As I said, Graigue Ballycallan half order. They need to win a few balls maybe again, and maybe get the ball in. Philly Cahill will try and hit it low. Hits it low to Luke O'Brien's in the corner. Luke puts his hand up. He's in front of young Campion. Luke has it again. Luke has been on a lot of ball. As I said, P.T. Murphy has it. P.T. now looking for help. He hits us, scoop the ball in front of the Rock. The Rock is there, but the Rock is caught, and Niall Mackey's in front. Willie O'Connor. He kicks the ball. Mackey kicks the ball. Luke O'Brien said, very game there, won a lot of possession. And Luke Campion is there for Lisdowney. The Lisdowney mans will come out with this ball, or Willie. The ball will break. Willie is there. There's a shamazel, as we call it, and it'll be a hot ball. And Eamon Larkin says it's a hot ball. 28 minutes gone. 2-4 to Lisdowney. 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan. A 5-point game, and Lisdowney in the driving seat. That goal, as I said, scored by Eddie Kenny on the 28th minute. Cleared by Campion again, down on top of Mackey. Mackey's going crossfield ball here. He misses the ball, but gets away with it, and hits a ball down to the spare man. Lisdowney losing the ball very well, maybe because of the wind. Jordan has it. He gives it back to Mackey. Now they're playing around with the ball too much. Maybe Graigue Ballycallan need to be in their faces a bit more. Simon Dwyer's in front of his man here. Simon Dwyer needs to hold on to. Simon does well. Simon has been followed by number 8, Ben Talis. Simon runs into trouble. Kenny has it. Kenny hasn't been on the ball for a while. He's hit crossfield ball. Dangerous ball on top of Ryle and McCavanagh. Ryle puts his hand up, broken down by Bob Murphy. Jordan is on it again. Jordan's on enough ball. Jordan looks very accomplished on the ball, very assured on the ball, but very assured, so assured he drives it wide, and then Graigue Ballycallan will be happy with the wides counts. That's 8 wides for Lisdowney, 3 wides for Graigue Ballycallan. Playing against the wind, we must say. 2-4 to Lisdowney, 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan. We're brought by Eddie Hughes Event Management today, and as I said, Graigue Ballycallan, Richie O'Neill hits a ball hanging in the wind. Simon is under him, so is Stephen Delaney. Oisin Egan brings it down with her. Oisin does very well. Oisin needs to drive the ball into the free man. The free man, unfortunately, is the cornerback. The cornerback today is Niall Mackey. Mackey's coming out with the ball. Adam O'Brien does very well to James Phelan. James Phelan is there, and Adam O'Brien doesn't let out soft. O'Brien does fierce well. O'Brien does very well, and so does Sean Dwyer. Sean is out there with 2 hands. Sean Dwyer was tussling hard. This will go over the line. It won't. Oh. Shoulder to shoulder, 2 big men, Sean Dwyer and Michael Kenny and Micheál Kenny. Sean Dwyer, as we said, Graigue Ballycallan, 5-point game. O'Sheenegan now going in full forward, and it looks like Sean Dwyer's coming out wing forward. Sean Dwyer now gone wing forward. Young O'Sheenegan gone in at full forward. Line ball taken by John Brennan. John Brennan does well. Great line ball to Simon Dwyer, the brother of Sean Dwyer. Simon does well. Simon needs to give a hand pass. It gives to Philly Cal. Fally doesn't look. His P.T. Murphy P.T. in front of O'Sheenegan is there, but the corner back again. The two corner backs maybe for Lisdowney doing reasonably well. The ball comes out again, and Mackey has it. He's still, or young Campion gives a short ball to Kenny. Short ball comes back to Stephen Delaney. Stephen Delaney, the midfielder. Stephen Delaney left-handed out to the far side to Eddie Kenny. Eddie Kenny is moving on right and left. The Lisdowney forwards are moving. This will go short. It'll drop short into Richie O'Neill. Richie O'Neill does very carefully with the ball out to Bob Murphy. Bob Murphy's been chased by Brian Kavanagh. Brian Kavanagh and Bob Murphy. Bob Murphy is going to take it on. Brian Kavanagh still behind him. Bob Murphy needs help. He gives a one-handed ball to Carl. Carl uses the touch. Carl has it again, wins it back luckily. Carl brings it back. He gives it to Stephen Keown. Keown goes going to look up into P.T. Murphy's corner. This will go up to P.T. Murphy and O'Sheenegan and Joe Bergen. Joe Bergen's in front of Joe Bergen, the experienced Joe Bergen, gives it back to Tallis. Lisdowney now have settled into the game and look to be more on top, that's for sure, since the water break. Unfortunately, Graigue Ballycallan. Lanigan does brilliant and he catches it. Lanigan does super, then he gets a free, and Finn Lanigan has made a notable introduction and a notable contribution since he came on. Finn Lanigan doing very well. Great catch by, we said, Finn Lanigan. Free for Graigue Ballycallan on their own 65. .32 minutes gone. This should be and could be the last puck of the game. 1-2, last puck of the first half. Nihal is going down to Grace to have a word. They're checking on one of the players. Stephen Keown as the Lisdowney men know, he's gained 5 or 6 yards, that's for sure. The crowd can't shout because there's no one shouting at him, so he's gained 5 or 6 yards. That's the beauty of no crowd. This will drop short, it'll drop dangerous. Rock needs to block it. He does block it. Now O'Sheenegan's onto it, and so is Bergen. O'Sheenegan does fierce well. He's been held. O'Sheenegan, great skill out of the young Egan. Hits a great ball to P.T. Murphy. P.T. puts the hand out but doesn't get onto it. Get onto it, and next thing, number 4, Lawrence Campion hits a neat ball. Lisdowney very clever with the ball and very calm with the ball, that's for sure. They're more assured. Owen Delaney hits a long ball down on top of Ryle puts his hurl up. The linesman doesn't know. Ollie O'Neill is going to line ball, and Dermot Ryle gets the line ball for Graigue Ballycallan. 33 minutes it says on the clock. Line ball for Graigue Ballycallan. As we said, playing against the wind, so maybe not so bad, but Lisdowney's seemingly more assured and more confident on the ball, possibly. Graigue Ballycallan doing very well. I said, got off to a brilliant start. Line ball, Stephen Keown missed it to Kavanagh. Kavanagh on the far side. Kavanagh Keown does very well. Kavanagh still has it. Brian Kavanagh hits a crossfield ball. This is a dangerous ball now for Eddie Hickey and Owen Cork and Eddie Kenny. Eddie Kenny is going to take it on. Eddie Kenny puts it over the bar, and Eddie Kenny, not knowing Cork could really do. Great crossfield ball, and Eddie Kenny causing a small bit of bother. 2-5 to Lisdowney, 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan. And as I said, Lisdowney forward starting to spray the ball around a little bit, but as we mentioned, Graigue Ballycallan down a lot of injuries. Unfortunate the year that we're in it, a lot of injuries. Vinny Teen, as we said, missing. Dara Walton missing. James Ryle gone off. Huge absentees for Graigue Ballycallan, to be fair to the selectors. In senior into me, Dwyer pulls him, but the Brennan Phelan has it. James Phelan, Carl does well. He's gone centre forward. He's not. Number Tallis is the Graigue Ballycallan midfield, maybe a little bit high up the field. Loads of room in front of the Graigue Ballycallan 6 backs or the full back line. There's only 3 against 3. This is too dangerous for me because there's too much room in front of them. Dermot Ryle is caught there by Eddie Kenny. The Graigue Ballycallan full back line, 40 yards in front of him. Kenny going to give a ball to Kavanagh. Kavanagh is all on his own here, luckily enough. He could have taken it on. That's a poor wide out of Kavanagh. Poor wide, and that's Lisdowney's, and I'd say that'll be Lisdowney's last chance of this half. Eamon Larkin looks like he's calling for the ball. He's looking at Richie O'Neill. Poor wide, as I said. 2-5 to Lisdowney, 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan. And as we said, Graigue Ballycallan living dangerously. The wides tally tells its own stories. Eamon Larkin looking for the ball. It's in here in UPMC. It's a half time here in UPMC in the JJ Kavanagh and Sons Junior A Hurling County Final. It's Lisdowney 1-2. It's Lisdowney 2-5. Graigue Ballycallan 1-2. That means it's a 6-point game, and Graigue Ballycallan, as I said, played against the wind. Look maybe a small bit tired, a small bit deflated, and that is because maybe, as we said, have lost a lot of their notable players going into this game. As I said, not trying to make excuses, but difficult when you're losing some of your better players. We've lost a number of players in the seniors, and certainly again today, can a junior team do without the likes of Dara Walton, do without the likes of James Ryle, do without the likes of linesman has gone out there. It's half time. So here in UPMC, as I said, at the water break, it was 1-1 to 1-2. Graigue Ballycallan done well, but the second quarter break, I suppose, as we know, and our friends hate me saying it, it looks like the Lisdowney reacted brilliantly and excellently, and they've tacked on the scores, and they've, as we said, they've got 1-3 since the water break. So here in UPMC, it's Graigue Ballycallan 1-2, Lisdowney 2-5. Welcome back to UPMC Nolan Park. Half time, as I said, Graigue Ballycallan under a bit of pressure, that's for sure. Down, as we said, 6 points at half time. 1-2 to 2-5, 11 points to 5, a 6-point game. Adam O'Brien's in front of Adam O'Brien is there being chased by Niall Mackey. And O'Brien, Willie O'Connor gives a knee to number 5 John Brennan gets away at Eamon Larkin. As we said, Greg Ballycallan a little bit disappointed at half time. Oisin Egan carrying injury. James Ryle pulled his hamstring, so that's a big loss for James Ryle, and a big huge loss for Greg Ballycallan. Sean Dwyer pens Sean Ryan's face to bring it up. Michael Kenny has it. Michael Kenny on the far side. Dwyer does fierce well to block him down. Great block down by Sean Dwyer. As we said, Greg Ballycallan manfully working very hard, but just not getting the chances and not taking the chances. It looks like young Philly Heafy, the wizard as he's known in Greg Ballycallan, is going to come on. Philly Heafy, it looks like one of the Greg Ballycallan forwards also in bother, and it looks like Oisin Egan could be in bother with his hand. So Greg Ballycallan hugely unfortunate with injuries. James Ryle gone, as I said, and Darragh Walton gone from the beginning, Vinny Teen gone, and now it looks like Oisin Egan, another one of their forwards and free takers. But the wizard is going to come on and maybe do something magical, but let's see. Goes into Paddy Bowden. Paddy Bowden is on the far side. Paddy Bowden's going to go straight for it. Paddy Bowden goes and looks like he'll hang wide, luckily enough, wide for Lisdowney. That's Lisdowney's 10th wide. And as I said, 2-5 to 1-2. A 6-point game. 6-point game. 1 minute gone in the second half. Richie O'Neill, this will go long. He has whatever wind is in it. It will go long. It'll land on the by 65. Luke O'Brien breaks it down to Greg Ballycallan as is not getting onto the brakes. He ran a lot of steps. It goes back to John Brennan. John Brennan is a good young team. Owen Corcoran's in front of Kenny, or Kenny's in front of Owen Corcoran. Owen Corcoran does well. Corcoran did very well. Gets it back the ball. Simon the wireless little back. Eddie Kennan causes a small bit of bother. Very clever play. This comes out to Brink or to Jordan. Jordan hits a neat ball into the corner. Bob Murphy reads it very well. Bob Murphy done well, using all his experience. Bob left-handed down the far side on top of Luke or Adam O'Brien. The ball breaks again. The breaks are coming Lisdowney's way. John Brennan again. John Brennan doing very well at right half. Back to Stephen Delaney. Stephen Delaney hits a long ball in front of Brian. Oh, James Ryle is gone. His hamstring as well. That's Dermot Ryle in big bother as well. That's another Greg Ballycallan man gone. Greg Ballycallan have to change their tactics because Dermot Ryle's definitely pulled his hamstring there. That's a wide and a poor wide, and Dermot Ryle has heavily strapped, but that's his hamstring gone. That's the two Ryles gone. Dermot and James Ryle hamstrings. So whatever's going on in Greg Ballycallan, hamstring injuries or not, now we have to be careful. The wizard is coming on, and who's he coming on for? Philip Heafy, number 18. He's coming on for who? He's coming on for Adam O'Brien. He's coming on for, and now Gerard Doherty, the Greg Ballycallan man, is coming on corner back. Gerard Doherty will come on for Dermot Ryle. James Ryle is shouting. Dermot Ryle, the captain, after giving great service, but he has come in with an injury into this game and was heavily strapped and hamstring, and whatever it is, these hamstring and these injuries are causing huge bother to Greg Ballycallan. That's a 6 weeks absence for Dermot Ryle, and that's really badly pulled. And as I said, Dermot, a man who's given great service to Greg Ballycallan over the years, a man who'll give it all to you, and he's disappointingly leaving the field. Now it's however difficult the task was, it's now a bigger task, we said, because Greg Ballycallan possibly down 5 of their starting team, maybe 6 of their starting team, but that's why we have subs and that's why we have young lads. And Gerard Doherty's gone. Stephen Keown, it's a quick puck out down on top of Peter Murphy and Oisin Egan's there. Oisin Egan, Joe Bergen using all his experience. Peter Murphy's there helping a young full forward lane, as I said, Peter Murphy and Oisin Egan, and the wizard is in there now. Oh, Luke O'Brien fouls the corner back to Owen Delaney. So something magical out of the wizard, that's what we want. But he has to get the ball. Now Lisdowney will slow it down. And Lisdowney, as I said, Aidan Tallis now in the driving seat. Lisdowney, as I said, more maybe accustomed, I said, to calm and playing a maybe a more settled game. But Greg Ballycallan need a score, need a big score, need a goal. Philly Carl is under this ball. Carl puts his hand up, down on the line. Gerard is there, comes back to Stephen Delaney. This will hang in. Stephen Delaney seems reasonably happy. Stephen Delaney is very happy. Great score by Stephen Delaney, and that's 2-6 to Lisdowney. 1-2 to Greg Ballycallan, and maybe, just maybe, Greg Ballycallan now are under big pressure, need a big score, need a goal. And where's that goal going to come out from, we don't know, but they need to win a ball and maybe get a chance to ball. Here now is come back to number 6, James Phelan, as I said, Willie O'Connor is chasing. James Phelan does very well. He's out in front. Owen Corcoran's in front of Brian Kavanagh. Brian Kavanagh's gone over to the far side on Corcoran. Brian Kavanagh and the two men sandwiched Owen Corcoran, and Owen Corcoran gets a free, and rightly so. Eamon Larkin puts his hand up. The two boys sandwich him. A free in for Greg Ballycallan. A free in for Greg Ballycallan, and Stephen Keown on the far side. Young Stephen Keown, 18, 19 years of age. Greg Ballycallan need to get a score. They haven't scored for a long time. They haven't scored since the 7th minute of the first half. Or since when? No, when did we last score? 18th minute. 18th minute, this is going to hang and it's not going to go over either, lads. No, it's not going to go over. It's a wide. 18 minutes since the 18 minute Graigue Valley haven't scored. So we need a big score. We need any sort of a score at this stage. 2-6 to 1-2. The match is going to start going away from if they're not careful. Lisdowney warming up a sub on the far side, and that looks like to me Dylan Jordan, another exciting young talent. Lisdowney seem to have the bench to come on as well. To have a lot of good young hurls. Ball breaks. Philly Cal is onto the break. Cal, he raises it for number 12. Number 12 is Kieran Mackey. Mackey hits a post and gone over the bar, Mackey hit it over the bar. 2-7 Kieran Mackey. And Lisdowney, as I said, starting to pull away. We're in a bit of bother now. Tom Dunphy's in bother now. Graigue Ballycallan certainly don't need any of this, and now Tom Dunphy has his hand up. He's after getting a belt, and as I said, Lisdowney, as I said, playing intermediate next year. Graigue Ballycallan playing senior next year. Now number 12, Kieran Mackey standing into Finn Lanigan, and a bit of shenanigans and pushing going on. Eamon Larkin says, quit the messing, boys. Finn gives him a little shoulder back. Now, it's a big ask, 1-2 to 2-7, 13 points to 5, an 8-point game. Graigue Ballycallan need a goal, and maybe 2, maybe 3. No one contested the ball, and Stephen Delaney caught that ball all on his own. Graigue Ballycallan now trying to roar on them, and the ball breaks to the sub that comes on. This come on. It looks like Dylan Jordan to me, does it? Dylan Jordan wearing number 18. Jordan, a man who hurled with St. Kieran's over the years as well, and a sub on little Kenny minor team, the Kavanagh. Now they're starting to play around maybe a little bit. Kenny comes in, side Tom Dunphy. Kenny brings this ball in. This will go over the bar, or does it go over there? Great score by Micheál Kenny. And Lisdowney are 2-8 to Graigue Ballycallan's 1-2. And as we said, the injuries have caught up with Graigue Ballycallan. That's all we can say, because it's certainly for a long time certainly in the first 10-15 minutes, Graigue Ballycallan got off to a great start and had 1-2, 1-1 on the score we showed. And then James Ryle going off was a huge loss from Sean Dwyer, and he made an introduction after 15 minutes. It's a big uphill task now for Graigue Ballycallan. Simon pulls wildly and comes into Willie O'Connor, fails to raise it. Willie kicks it over the line. It's gone over the line, and a line ball for Lisdowney. And Willie maybe trying to remonstrate with Pat Dunphy. He's not going to get the line ball. It's a line ball for Lisdowney. And Lisdowney, as I said, now looking comfortable. 7 minutes gone in the second half. 7 minutes the second half. Still plenty of time. There's still 20 minutes or more, 25 minutes or more for Graigue Ballycallan. But the Graigue Ballycallan, as I said, and the mentors, not a whole lot they can do, as I said, because, as I said, a lot of lads have been injured, but they need a big last 20 minutes over Graigue Ballycallan. Line ball down on the far side, the ball going over the line. Lisdowney calling for the ball. Pat Dunphy puts his hand up. That ball went off the hand of Owen Corcoran. Now Aaron number 4, he put his hand to it. Lisdowney, as I said, very, very calm and on the ball. Nearly a sharp ball, and they're caught again. Dylan Jordan, sharp ball. That's taken too close. Eamon Larkin says now it's a throw ball. That was taken. Hot ball, they're saying on the far side. Graigue Ballycallan will be happy with that, because, as I said, luckily Eamon Larkin said they were too close to each other. Pat Dunphy on the far side. 2-8 to Lisdowney. 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan. 18th. Graigue Ballycallan haven't scored since the 18th minute. That tells its own story, unfortunately. But we need a big score. Need it soonly. Ryan Jordan has it down. He's going to get a free, and he does. Cahill Jordan, a brother of Dylan Jordan, and Cahill Jordan wearing 11, doing very well at 11 today. A free in for Lisdowney, and Brian Kavanagh will take this free. It seems it will be Brian Kavanagh, a very comfortable free taker. Brian Kavanagh, as I said, Lisdowney in their familiar stripes, wearing their blue togs, 66 metres out on the far side, metre in from the far side. 2-8 Lisdowney, 1-2 Graigue Ballycallan. Brian Kavanagh, this will hang and it'll hang over the bar. It seems it will go over the bar. Great score by Brian Kavanagh. And when things are going well for you, and it's going very well for Lisdowney this evening, and it looks now that maybe, just maybe, that Graigue Ballycallan need something magical, and I don't know where it's going to come out of. Kenny has it. Tom Dunphy's after. He's all right. I thought Kenny's after taking on 2 or 3 men. Kenny puts this hanging over the Richie O'Neill. Richie O'Neill does well. Richie O'Neill out to Owen Corcoran. This goes a little bit long. Corcoran needs to get over the ball. He does well. Corcoran does very well. Corcoran coming out with 3 men around him. He gives it to Finn Lanigan. Finn, the tipper, head drives it long. Finn needs it down on top of Peter Murphy and Oisín Egan is there, but so is the cornerback Mackey. Mackey is there. Mackey, or Lawrence Campion. It is Lawrence Campion. He takes maybe 5 too many steps. steps. The referee gives it back to Jordan. Jordan left-handed. Lisdowney midfielders are picking up a lot of ball. Gerardotney picks up his man. Bob Murphy puts up the opposite hand. Kenny has it. Kenny's been stand off. Kenny has it. Kenny's going to try and take on someone. Kenny tries to take on his man. There's a cue here for the Lisdowney. Stephen Delaney's one of them. This will go over the bar, and Graigue Ballycallan are definitely in a spot of bother. It's 2-10 to Lisdowney, 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan, and this unfortunately might be a day. Now here comes a bit of magic. He's done magical things for Kilkenny and for Graigue Ballycallan over the years. Weirden 24. Is this too much to ask of Eddie Brennan? 1-2 to 2-10. 2-10, 16 points to 5. Eddie Brennan is going in full forward. Oisin Egan holding his hand. Eddie Brennan will know these Lisdowney lads well. Eddie, as I said, a huge stalwart, as we know. But it maybe is just too much to ask of Eddie Brennan. Oisin Egan holding his hand, showing his hand. Eddie hasn't much hurling done. Only got the call up this week because, as we know, Graigue Ballycallan down a lot of men. Eddie answered the call, to be fair to him. When he got the call, he said, I'll give you a hand, lads, I'll do whatever I can for you. He now needs to get 3 goals. But I'll tell you one thing, if there's one man can cause a bit of hassle, it's Eddie Brennan. The ball breaks, and the full back has it. Kenny doesn't have it again. This is our Niall Mackey. Niall Mackey coming out. Niall Mackey's hurling very well. Is it Niall Mackey? No, it's number 4. It's Campion. Tom Dunphy did well. Tom Dunphy break, but there's a queue of Lisdowney men. There seems to be 2 or 3 Lisdowney men the whole time. Now it comes back to Mackey again. Mackey number 4. Gerardotney. Philly Cal tries to get him. He's gone out. Ollie O'Neill doesn't see it. The boy said he was going out over the line. Gerardotney needs to be found. It's going to be a free in, and Gerardotney gives away the free. Gerardotney gives the punch, and it Gerardotney and the corner back. Disappointment there, Graigue Ballycallan. They thought the ball was gone out over the line. It's gone out over the line, all right, but it's going to be a free in for Lisdowney. And as we said, 2-10 to Lisdowney, 1-2, and Brian Kavanagh and James O'Connor, not a whole lot they can do now. As I said, they've given a huge service to the club over the years. Disappointing evening for Graigue Ballycallan. 2-10 to Lisdowney, 1-2 Kavanagh. This will pull, and it'll pull wide. Luckily enough for Graigue Ballycallan. That's Lisdowney's 11th wide this evening, maybe. 11 wides for Lisdowney. 3 wides for Graigue Ballycallan. Richie O'Neill needs to go along. Eddie Brennan's gone wing forward now. Weirden 24 playing right half forward. As I said, he's gone on Owen Delaney. Philly Khan is there. Philly's going to go for it. But it's going to go wide. He went ambitiously and it's gone wide. Graigue Ballycallan's 4th wide. 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan. 2-10 to Lisdowney. As we mentioned earlier, all these junior finals are on today. There's another one on tomorrow in Kilmanagh. Danes Fort are playing Emeralds. Tom Dunphy puts the hurl up. Tom Dunphy brings to bring it down. Tom Dunphy, well, Kenny does well. Tom Dunphy is hooked brilliantly being Hall Kenny. But as we said, Lisdowney playing with maybe 6 of their intermediate team who are going very well at intermediate this year. And Lisdowney seemingly have 6, if not 7 of their intermediate teams. So the golfing standard. But then Graigue Ballycallan, as we'll be told, have maybe 5 or 6, or had 5 or 6 of their seniors. But no. Today, now, Owen Delaney hits a shot. Stephen Keown. Young Keown does well to sidestep. Keown needs to find someone. He finds a ball in front of Luke O'Brien. Luke O'Brien was doing well at full forward. He's in front. Now it comes to the wizard. Philly Heafy taking on 2 or 3 men. He needs help with Philly Heafy. 2 or 3 men, 4 or 5 Lisdowney men. Too many Lisdowney men. And an 18 with Jordan. Philly Heafy chasing him, and a chance. Owen Corkin comes down here. Owen Corkin and Eddie Kenny very clever. Paddy Bowden, as I said. Paddy House on the far side. Lads coming through the middle. Bowden gives it through the middle to Kenny. Ball breaks to Simon Dwyer. Simon Dwyer should get to this first. Simon Dwyer, he needs to get to it first. He does very well. He gives it to Willie O'Connor. Willie's gone in the middle of the field. This is going to go long and flop a Luke O'Brien and Joe Bergen and Aidan Tallis. Tallis does very well. The Kilkenny minor goal keeper of 2 years ago. Hits it on Delaney. Lisdowney very comfortable, as we said. Very comfortable because Lisdowney, as we said, have, as I said, done very well and seemingly have had no injuries. Whereas down Paddy Bowden and Owen Corkin. Gerardotney's there with Eddie Kenny. Gerardotney does very well. Gerardotney comes out with it, taken off him by Eddie Kenny, gone out over the sideline. Line ball for Graigue Ballycallan. 14 minutes gone in the second half. The water break can't come quick enough for Graigue Ballycallan. This is the one time we need a water break because it's been probably a disappointing second half. 5 points, in fairness, 5 points again, the wind. Gerardotney does well. Gerardotney gives it to Stephen Keown. Stephen Keown needs help. Keown, the young lad, hits a wide ball in top of Philly Heafy. Philly Heafy in the corner back. Heafy in the corner back. The corner back does well. That's young Lawrence Campion. It comes to Owen Delaney. Eddie Brennan is there. Eddie Brennan does well. Eddie Brennan is blown by Owen Larkin. Eddie Brennan had the ball in his hand, and Owen Larkin, Eamon Larkin probably got a bit of joy out of that, blowing Eddie Brennan. And Eddie Brennan, I suppose, had the ball in his hand. And again, Junior D county final, or Junior A county final, Lisdowney 2-10, Graigue Ballycallan 1-2. Disappointing. But whatever chance you had, you did not need to lose lads to injury. And Graigue Ballycallan, as we said, down a number of players through injury. Dara Walton, Vinny Eating, James Ryle, and Oisin Egan. So big, huge ass. Stephen Delaney put his hand to it on the ground. Tom Dunphy chasing. We're chasing a little bit. And now, Micheál Kenny on his own and at his ease. Kenny, this will go over the bar. It started off as it'll go over the bar. It went over the bar. Great score by Michael Kenny, just on the stroke of the water break. And it is the water break. It's 2-11 to 1-2. And again, it's the 18th minute. Graigue Ballycallan haven't scored. And it's massive ask now in the last 15 minutes, as we said. 2-11, that's 6-11, is 17 points to 5, a 12-point game. We were at a match today in the Junior D, and Kilmacow and Blacks and Whites were down 11 points with 15 minutes to go, and they came back within a point. So it's not untaskable, possibly, but they had a huge strong wind. Graigue Ballycallan have a wind, but it's not a gulf like the game in Freshford. So unfortunately, it's going to have to take something special for Graigue Ballycallan, as we said. And unfortunately, it's a huge axe. 2-11 to 1-2. There's Dermot Ryle going down. James and Dermot, hamstring injuries to Stephen Dermot, who give, as we said, huge service to Graigue Ballycallan. Hamstring injury, something that can be very difficult, and that looks like a bad hamstring pull for Dermot. And as I said, disappointing day for Dermot and Graigue Ballycallan, captain, and James Ryle, who've given huge and tremendous service to Graigue Ballycallan. Graigue Ballycallan, as I said, who had done very well in the games up to now, had beaten James Stephens on a scoreline of 22 points to 9. 2-17 to 3-11 against Tullaroan in the last day against O'Loughlin. So they've bet some great teams along the way, very good teams, but at that stage, as we said, they had maybe 5 or 6 more. As the year went on, as the month went on for these junior hurlers, they've lost a few injured players. And as we said, big ask for now Graigue Ballycallan. Big week for Graigue Ballycallan. Under 15s, as I said, playing in the County Rhine A semi-final on Wednesday. The seniors playing next Sunday, and of course the girls playing tomorrow morning in the senior championship against Clara. The minor girls playing Wednesday against Clara in the minor championship. So a big week for Graigue Ballycallan, Camogie and St. Bridget's Camogie, and a big week for Graigue Ballycallan, trying to, as we said, stay senior, remain senior. Maybe there's Philly Heafy done very well. Philly Heafy going across the end line. He looking to give a crossfield ball. Good ball across, but Peasy's caught behind his man. Comes to Kenny again, or to Mackey again. Mackey to the cornerback, both cornerbacks. He thrown it up and caught it and got away with it. He didn't get away with it. The boys shouted at him. The man, clever enough, hits the ball out into this side. John Hine gives him a little nudge there, maybe runs into John. Michael Kenny hits the ball into the terrace end and slows down the game. 2-11 to Lisdowney, 1-2 to Graigue Ballycallan, 17 points to 5. Has to go for a goal, surely. Sean Dwyer is going for a point. Sean Dwyer puts it over the bar. 1-3 to 2-11. Back to 11-point game. 11-point game. Graigue Ballycallan, as we said, need a miracle, need something special. Lisdowney bringing on their subs, bringing on their bench. Number 19 is on for them, and that's Aaron Fogarty, another man who has hurled was intermediate for Lisdowney over the years. Lisdowney seem to be bringing on players that even have had stronger credentials. Dylan Jordan and Aaron Fogarty certainly have hurled intermediate over the years. So again, strong panel. Finn Lanning puts his hand up. Bob Murphy's there. Kenny has it in front of Bob Murphy. Kenny and Bob Murphy on the far side. Kenny's going to take him on. Kenny's going to put it over the bar. He puts it wide, luckily enough, and that's another wide for Lisdowney. 12 wides for Lisdowney, 5 wides for Graigue Ballycallan. Tells his own story. Lisdowney certainly the better team, as the scoreboard suggests, of course. 2-11 to 1-3, and it's going to be a long 10-15 minutes for Graigue Ballycallan, as we said, unless we can get something special. We need one goal at least least, just to liven up the thing, if nothing else. Tom Dunphy's gone up centre forward, it looks like. Tom Dunphy and the Rock, or not the Rock, Tom Dunphy and Sean Dwyer went under. 2 men with Graigue Ballycallan went under. Finn Lanigan and Eddie Mackey. Corcoran does well. Corcoran comes out in front of his man. Corcoran looking for help. He gives a hand pass to Simon Dwyer. Simon Dwyer waits for the ball. Simon needs to give it to somebody. Simon tries to give it to his brother Sean. Sean needs to be careful. Sean and Simon at the far side. Oh, Willie O'Connor gets a shoulder into the face. And the sub Aaron Forty comes on, and Willie O'Connor, who wouldn't easily get flustered, and Willie certainly wasn't happy with that. He got a shoulder into the face, and as I said, Willie O'Connor certainly wouldn't be known to be a physical hurler, and Eddie, he got that into the face. Yellow card, it looks like, for Aaron Forty. 50 minutes, 10 minutes on the clock, 12 minutes in real time, 2-11 to 1-3, an 11-point game, 6 points to 17. Stephen Keoghan, he needs to drop this in possibly. The sun is in the rise, a dangerous ball of a hands in the crossbar. He drops it in, someone needs to flick on it, but someone is on the Lisdowney full-back. Philly Carl is there in the 21. Philly Carl putting in a very good shift, hits a low ball. Graigue Ballycallan, as I said, needing to get scores. Petey Murphy has it. Petey's going to take on 2 or 3 lads. Petey Murphy hits a low. Petey hits a low, but Tallis does it well. Tallis brings it out. Tallis comes out by 3 players. Aidan Tallis out by 3 players. The Lisdowney man maybe should have been met by someone with a shoulder. Now it comes to Stephen Keoghan again. Stephen Keoghan coming up to Keoghan, the young man. Does very well. Keoghan needs to give the ball to someone because he can't do it on his own, to Luke O'Brien. Luke has been fouled by Joe Bergen. Surely this is a penalty. Surely give him a penalty. Great save again. And that could have been a goal. Luke O'Brien pulls on it again. 2 or 3 lads pull it. Tom Dunphy kicks on it. A goal. Tom Dunphy kicks it in using his River Rangers. And Tom Dunphy. Now we mentioned about Graigue Ballycallan needing a goal. Well, they've definitely got a goal to liven it up. At 12 minutes to go. 2-3 to 2-11. Now it's back to an 8-point game. The referee, the linesmen having a look at each other. The linesmen or the umpires were looking to get a free out, maybe, but no, it's not a square ball. It's 2-3 to 2-11. Now Simon has gone centre back. Tom Dunphy's gone into the centre forward. 2 or 3-11. If nothing else, can we put up a fight? 8 points game. Maybe can we put up a fight? That's the plan now at this stage. 10-11 minutes to go. 2-3 to 2-11. 8-point game. Graigue Ballycallan possibly back into the game. Need another score. A point will do. Willie O'Connor. Willie has it. Willie going to get blocked down. Willie gets blocked down. Line ball for Graigue Ballycallan. Willie O'Connor needs to slow it down. David gives to Stephen Keoghan. Someone else to take it. The boys are shouting at Willie to go in and leave it to Finn Lanigan. 2-3 to 2-11. 10 minutes it says on the clock. 52. But the clocks, as we know, with the water break goes on to 30 to 53 or 63 minutes. Finn Lanigan, low ball, good ball to Mikey Kenny again. Micheál Kenny has been very good. Now to Aaron Fogarty. Bob does well. Bob read it well. Bob got away with it. Bob left it behind him. Fogarty doesn't know it's under him. Bob does well. Bob is coming out with it. Bob has a hand up. Larkin gives it now. Number 12 again, and Kieran Mackey acting the maggot. He'll bring the ball forward. Eamon Larkin will tell him bring it forward. Surely he'll bring it forward. He won't bring it forward. Now 8-point game. 2-11 to Lisdowney. 2-3. Can Graigue Ballycallan miraculously get another goal or 2 and maybe frighten Lisdowney if nothing else? 2-11, 2-3. They've been so comfortable. Now the ball nearly broke to Eddie Brennan. Another day that Eddie Brennan have that ball in his hand and gone. Now Stephen Keoghan has gone up to the forwards. Lisdowney are living dangerously. Tom Dunphy's gone to the forwards. Stephen Keoghan has gone to the forwards. Petey Murphy has it. Petey Murphy loses it. Dylan Jordan is there. Stephen Keoghan has gone up to the forwards. Graigue Ballycallan throwing everything they can at him. It comes to John Brennan. John Brennan is there. John Brennan gives it back. Willie O'Connor. Owen Delaney clears it. Owen Delaney's a Fogarty. Bob is up on his own. Graigue Ballycallan have 2 backs. 1 forward versus 3 backs. 1 forward versus 3 backs. Simon Dwyer has it. There's a Lisdowney man down. It looks like it's James Phelan. Is it James Phelan? No, it's not James Phelan. It's number 9. It's Stephen Delaney is down. Stephen Delaney. No one saw what happened there. Stephen Delaney, 8 points game. Lisdowney are a little bit confused because, as we said, Graigue Ballycallan have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lads in the backs. Lisdowney with 4 forwards. Stephen Keoghan has gone up into the forwards. Tom Dunphy's gone up into the forwards. So the 2 Graigue Ballycallan half back line are gone up into the forwards to try and give a bit of life to the forwards. And to be fair to the Graigue Ballycallan forwards, and again, as we said, Luke O'Brien normally a back playing in the forwards. Difficult evening, but gamefully and manfully they're doing their best. 2-3 to 2-11. This will slow it down, as we said, maybe, just maybe. Neil Brennan's father coming on there in the middle of the field, talking to Brian Kavanagh, as we said. Bob Murphy. Stephen Delaney is down, slowing it down at this stage. 2-11 to 2-3. 54 minutes on the clock. This will surely go to 65, 66 minutes. So there's still 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes. Now Pat Dunphy's having a word with Eamon Larkin. Did something happen that we didn't see? No. Eamon Larkin, the James Stevens man. Now, there's a free in for Graigue Ballycallan. An indirect free, it seems, an indirect free. There's at least 20 lads in the square below, that's all we say, waiting for this ball. Now the sun is in the rise, good ball by Bob Murphy. This'll hang, don't let it wide, as the James Ryle shouts. The ball will bring back out too softly, it comes back out. Willie O'Connor's there, Willie is there, and Willie tries to pick it. Sean Dwyer has a Sean Dwyer pop it over the bar. He does pop it over the bar, he doesn't pop it over the bar. Poor wide by Sean Dwyer. Every chance that we get, we need to get, and that was half-heart. Maybe out of Sean, and maybe another day that should have maybe gone over the bar. 2-3 to 2-11, a score we badly needed. As you said, Sean Dwyer will give you everything, but maybe that was a time to stay calm, Sean. Now the puck out's done brilliantly on top of Jordan. Jordan's in front of, he's been held by Simon Dwyer, gets away with it. Back to number 5, John Brennan gives it to Dylan Jordan and Philly Catt. Simon Dwyer's back here, Simon Dwyer's going to pull, but Simon misses it wild with Mile and Michael Kenny. He didn't need to do that, and Michael Kenny just taps it over the bar. Michael Kenny taps it over the bar, and that's where maybe, just maybe, Bob Murphy met Michael Kenny with a late tackle. And Simon Dwyer gets a yellow card for that wild swipe, he says, but again, 2-12, great score by Michael Kenny, and everything has probably happened with Lisdowney today has gone through Michael Kenny. He's been very impressive for Lisdowney, and as I said, that probably has taken the sting out of Graigue Ballycallan. Eddie Brennan puts his hand out. Eddie's in front. Eddie Brennan wearing 24. Eddie Brennan gives a neat back to Richie, to Philly Catt. Philly Catt on top of Luke O'Brien. Luke O'Brien and Bergen. Luke breaks the ball to Tom Dunphy. Tom pulls in the ball. Oh! Tom Dunphy missed the pull in the ball. Callis line on the ball. Penalty, he says it's a penalty. If nothing else, it's livened it up. And nothing else, it's livened it up. Now it's a penalty for Graigue Ballycallan. Richie Philly Heafy's calling for a few lads to take it. Stephen Keown looks like he's going to take it. Richie O'Neill, but certainly less another chance. A free in. A penalty, it says. No, it's a free in, and Stephen Keown, there's going to be 5, not a penalty, sorry about that, not a penalty. 2-12 to 2-3, or not 2-3 who's going to take it, but it's a penalty, yes. McGarry was wrong, it is a penalty. We're calling for a free there, but it's a penalty. That means 1 on the goal. Eamon Larkin is down, he said a penalty, now he's no, he's telling the boys to step out, it's not a penalty. Jesus, Eamon, you make it easy for me, will you? Free in, Stephen Keown needs a goal. Oh, 3 on the goal, they saved it. As I said, Graigue Ballycallan had a chance again, putting up a great effort, it has to be said, putting up a huge effort and trying their best to come back. And here's Kenny again, and we mentioned not Kenny, it is Kenny. Kenny's after doing very well. He's picked up a lot of great ball. Brian Kavanagh, Corcoran does well. Finn Lanigan's there. So is Sean Dwyer. What's he doing back in his full back lane? Only doing his best. Now it comes to Bob Murphy. Bob hits it long. Bob will hit down on top of Willie O'Connor. Willie puts the hand up, breaks off his hand to Tom Dunphy to Peter. Tom Dunphy has it. Tom coming through the middle. Tom looking for help. Tom Dunphy, as I said, looking for help. Tom taps it over the bar. Does very well, and he's made a difference since he went up there, and Stephen Keown had made a difference when he went over. 2-4 to 2-12. For one thing's for sure, Graigue Ballycallan are putting up an effort. We're dead and buried at one stage, and now, as I said, we got the goal back, and are manfully at least not lying down, as we said, putting in a huge effort, trying their best, as we said, and the circumstances may be going against them, but it's fair to say that Lisdowney are certainly the better team, that's no doubt. But Graigue Ballycallan, as we said, 57 it says on the clock, 57 on the clock. I still think it'll go to 67. I think there'll be at least 7 minutes of extra time between water break and between injuries. Tom Dunphy's there again. He's done well since he went up the field. Tom done very well. Tom going 3 lads tackling him. Tom gets a free, and Tom Dunphy putting the fight up till Lisdowney for Graigue Ballycallan. Young Tom Dunphy said came back from an injury last year, and Tom Dunphy said gone up to the forwards and doing very well. Now Bob Murphy needs to land it in the square. The sun has died down. Eddie Brennan's on great ball by Bob Murphy. Ball is going to break. The ball is break. Eddie Brennan gets pushed out. Now Willie O'Connor has it. Willie's going to try and hustle and bustle. Willie gives a hand pass, it goes nowhere. The Wizard is standing behind him. Now Owen Larkin's going to give a free in, or Eamon Larkin another free in because he was fouled. And now the Lisdowney lads not happy. And now Graigue Ballycallan getting their chance. And yes, it was a free. 2-12 to 2-4. An 8-point game. Still an 8-point game. Sugar, I thought it was only 6 on it. An 8-point game. Unless we can get 10 points from this. We've no, it's a free now. We have a few wise guys here behind us that know the rules, but no, it's a free. Eddie Brennan's going to take it. 5 in the goal. Eddie Brennan, the Graigue Ballycallan 5 men. The last ball was saved by from Stephen Keown. Eamon Larkin's telling the boys to stay quiet. Eddie Brennan hit that front of Tallis. Tallis does well. That's his second save as County Minor goalkeeper. 2 chances. As I said, Graigue Ballycallan putting up a huge effort, doing their best, but maybe today is not the best. Willie has it. Willie, the magician, is coming through. What's he going to do? He's mishit it. Willie blocked down. He's putting, as I said, a huge effort. Sean Dwyer has it. Oh, over the bar. And the Joxer, Mihal and Doogie all done to the ground over the bar. Could have been a great goal. 2-5 to 2-12, 7-point game. And Janie, certainly Graigue Ballycallan could have had 2 goals and brought this game back to life and the 5 minutes on the clock, it says, but there could be 6-7 minutes. They still have every chance. Graigue Ballycallan certainly missed 2 goals, but for sure they've put this manfully. They've put in a great effort. Simon breaks the ball. Stephen Filicali's to pull it. He pulls, hits off at Tom Dunphy. And a line ball for Lisdowney, and nothing going right for Graigue Ballycallan, as we said. Everything, as we said. Well, missed their way probably for the last 15 minutes of the first half and the first 15 minutes of the second half. But certainly since the water break, Graigue Ballycallan have put in the last 10 minutes have been excellent. And have certainly haven't died, that's for sure. Haven't died, but a great line ball by Owen Delaney, great ball. Owen Corcoran has gone down, got a push in the back. Bob Murphy has it. Owen Corcoran has spotted a bother there for back. Now Owen Delaney's all in his own. He drops the ball. Eddie Brennan is there. Eddie does very well. Eddie Brennan, the experienced Eddie Brennan. Keown does well. Keown has the ball. Eddie Brennan's introduction has obviously made a difference. Of course it made a difference. Owen Corcoran's in the spot of Brennan. Eddie Brennan's taking this. Maybe Eddie should be better off inside. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to take a shot. Hits a low ball to Keown. Does very well. The experience of Eddie Brennan. Keown is going to go for it. 65, and Graigue Ballycallan are putting a massive effort in the last 15 minutes, and here as well as 65, 60 minutes on the clock. I still think there's 65 minutes. I think there'll be 65 minutes. Eddie needs to go in. It's 2-5 to Graigue Ballycallan, 2-12, a 7-point game. Great comeback out of Graigue Ballycallan. They were on 1-2 for a long time, but they've come back in the last 10 minutes to bring it back. Lisdowney haven't scored for a while. 2-11 since before the water break. 2-12 they are now. 2-5, 7-point game. 7-point game. A huge use at. Probably too much. We're not silly. Now Bob will drop it in the square. Willie needs to pull and he put his hand up. The Wizard went to pull and then so did the corner back. Gone out over the line. Looks like it's a sideline, or is it a 65? Sideline or 65? The umpire has his hand up. The umpire looks like it's Owen McCormack. Is it Owen McCormack? It's a 65. 65, and of course no one to hand back the ball. Now there's only one Lisdowney forward in the 60 in his own half, and only 2 Graigue Ballycallan men. So that'll tell you. So that means there's at least 26. It's a line ball for Graigue Ballycallan. Stephen Keown goes short. Gives a great ball to Eddie Brennan. Eamon Larkham was having a chat with his umpire. That took 5 minutes for some strange reason, and everyone knew it was a line ball, bar the referee. It's a line ball for Stephen Keown. Hit a neat ball. Time is up. They're saying it's officially time up is up, but there might be 5 minutes extra time. We think there might be. Just a great ball. Pull is all it needs. Bob does pull. Someone else pulled and missed it completely. Another let off for Lisdowney. Now Sean Dwyer. Great save again by Tallis, and that's certainly 3 goals. Certainly 3 goals. Graigue Ballycallan. If the stats showed there's 3 goals, they could have. Tallis has done very well. 2 frees and a tip off for Graigue Ballycallan. Could have had 3 goals. 3 goals would mean that Graigue Bally could have been still in it. 7 points in the game. 7 points. That means, lads, if we get the 3 goals, we would have been. It wasn't that bad, was it? It was very good, was it? Maybe it wasn't that bad after all. 2-12 to 2-5, 7 points. 2-12 to 2-5. Graigue Ballycallan certainly putting up a great show in the last 10 minutes. Certainly had 3 chances of goals, and certainly the goalkeeper Aidan Tallis has come to the rescue. But of course, that's why he's not the Kilkenny minor goalie of the last few years. A great ball by Bob Murphy. Graigue Ballycallan have all the boys up the field. Eddie Brennan's there, too many there. Tom Dunphy's there. Tom is getting pushed and pulled. Tom is there. Now it comes to Willie O'Connor. Willie's coming in through. Willie's on the end line. Willie's coming now. This will be a chance for goal. Save by Tallis again. Another save. And that's 4 saves out of Tallis. Another junior goalkeeper will probably let them goals in. But then you have a guy called Aidan Tallis, a county minor goalkeeper, and Richie O'Neill, a Kilkenny senior goalkeeper for junior hurling in Kilkenny. That's 2 fair goalkeepers to have in junior hurling in Kilkenny. A county minor goalkeeper and a Kilkenny ex-senior goalkeeper. So, as we said, 2-5 to 2-12. Aidan Tallis. Bob Murphy hits the ball. All it needs is someone to pull on it again. Ball's got off a hand. Simon Dwyer says, not Simon, Sean Dwyer. Sean Dwyer tells the corner back to pick up his fingers. Sean Dwyer's there again. Great heart shown by the boys. Sean Dwyer's a hurling. His hand is not his own hurl. Comes to Bob Murphy. Bob Murphy has it. There's only one man in the field, and that's the own part of the field. The whole of Graigue Ballycallan are in the forwards. Now there's no Lisdowney man. There's one Lisdowney man. Michael Kenny has it. Michael Kenny. And there it is on 63 minutes. Eamon Larkin blew it up fairly quickly. 63 minutes. 2-5. to Graigue Ballycallan, 2-12 to Lisdowney. A day for Lisdowney for sure. They now have an intermediate team and a junior team. That is some achievement out of Lisdowney to have an intermediate team and a junior team. A rather disappointing evening for Graigue Ballycallan, a disappointing evening for Graigue Ballycallan. But let's be fair to Graigue Ballycallan. The last 15 minutes, when they were at 1-2 to 2-11, they came back manfully and scored 1-3. And then, would you believe, had at least 3, if not 4 goal chances, saved excellently and brilliantly by Aidan Tallis on the goal for Lisdowney. So here in UPMC, it's 2-12 to Lisdowney, 2-5 to Graigue Ballycallan. Lisdowney here will be down on the right. Barry Hickey is calling down John Lacey, as he said. Graigue Ballycallan, as he said, when James Ryle went off, Sean Dwyer went off, they had got off to a great start. And then the introduction of Eddie Brennan, the movement of Tom Dunphy and Stephen Keown up to the forwards, definitely brought a new emphasis into the Graigue Ballycallan forwards. That gave them probably a little bit more hope, a little bit more heart. But unfortunately, as we said, we lost James Ryle to a huge injury, and Dermot Ryle, and we were short a few other people before that game. But the boys went down, as I said, brilliantly and manfully, put up a massive effort in the last 15 minutes. Did lose our way for sure at after the water break. As I said, the first 15 minutes hurled very well, and it was the 15 minutes before half time and the 15 minutes after half time, I suppose, that Graigue Ballycallan suffered. But Lisdowney, to be their credit, have been a very good team, had done very well all through, had scored 20 points to 2-9 against Carrickshock, 123 to 118 against Thomastown, and 314 to 2-8 against Dunnamaggin. They were the second teams that they played in those clubs. That will probably tell you the strength of Lisdowney. They, as I said, they have probably a lot of good work being done underage, a good intermediate team, won the B, as I said, under 21 last year. And Graigue Ballycallan, the injuries have caught up with Graigue Ballycallan. It's no other way of describing it. And as I said, now John Lacey, the chairman of the Junior County Board, he will present the cup to the Lisdowney captain today. Looks like it's you can't see their numbers. Fogarty is one of the captains.
On behalf of the Northern Escape Campaign, I want to welcome everybody to UPMC Golden Park this evening, the JJ Cavan & Sons Junior A County Final. I want to compliment both teams for a very clean, sporting and exciting game. Commiserations to Graigue Ballycallan. He fought to the bitter end and could have pulled it off with the luck. Congratulations to Lisdowney on a fine win. You started a great run in the club last year, and this year you're starting out well. You've a fine bunch of players come along at under age, and you're getting their success now. It's a great compliment to your mentors, your underage mentors, and the club team as well. I want to thank all the clubs for helping us to complete the championship. It was a short campaign, and I suppose 2-3 months ago we didn't think we'd ever get to this stage. So well done to all the clubs. It wasn't easy on the players, it wasn't easy on the mentors and on the officers of the clubs to comply with all the COVID-19 regulations. So I want to thank all the clubs for their cooperation. I also want to thank the County Board for the use of the pitch tonight, and to thank the referee and his officials. And also I want to thank JJ Cavan & Sons for sponsorship of the competition. So without any further ado,
I'll ask the giant captains, Aaron Fogarty and John Brennan, to take the cup. So,
first of all, just thanks to the officials, referee, thanks to the county board. A lot of work goes in this year, a lot of fixtures in a tight window. Well done, and thanks to Ballycallan for a great game. A great comeback there near the end. It's nervy enough, so you're a great team, and wish you best of luck now in your senior campaign for the rest of the year. 3 cheers to Ballycallan. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Just thanks to our own club, all the work they've put in this year, throughout these last few weeks. To our managers, Tim, Paddy and Patsy, for everything they've done, commitments and brilliant. Thanks to physio Teresa, thanks to Tony, probably the most committed man we have in the club throughout the last few years. Vinny, Liam, and then like Colin, Paul Rogan, all the lads that's helped out the whole time. Appreciate all the help we give. Thank you.
So that's it from UPMC Nolan Park on a disappointing evening for Graigue Ballycallan on a scoreline of 2-12 to Lisdowney. Graigue Ballycallan 2-5. We congratulate Lisdowney on a very fine victory, and we compliment Graigue Ballycallan on the last 15 minutes. So from UPMC and Eddie Hughes Event Management, till the next time, thank you.